This is ABC 10 News at 11.
Oh, just soak that in for a minute. From pounding rain, hail to lightning strikes, even a side of a rainbow. Mother Nature dishing out all sorts of weather tonight. From Yuba City to Auburn to El Dorado Hills, a cluster of thunderstorms rolling through the valley and foothills. In El Dorado Hills, just listen here. You can hear that hail pounding down onto the ground and thunder even off in the background a little bit. Then, of course, we're going to see a rainbow, a full rainbow, in fact, stretching from one corner of the video all the way to the other. Quite a beautiful sight. Interesting to see along with that hail. This video sent to us on Twitter from Discover Joy RE. And then more heavy rain, lightning and hail in an El Dorado Hills neighborhood. This video was sent to us from Sherry, where boy was it really coming down. And the thunderstorms then moving to Cameron Park. Check out these lightning strikes taken from our downtown Sacramento tower camera. Heavy rain also rolling through Yuba City. Mother Nature even bringing a beautiful rainbow. The downpours were brief, but plenty of rain to fight against out there on the roads. And you got to check out some of the lightning that hit parts of the foothills. A few hours ago, our own Dina Kupfer tweeting out these pictures of those lightning strikes. Then at Folsom Lake, this gives you a good look at the system rolling through. It's kind of scary clouds. And of course, our photojournalist noticed stopping his storm chasing just for a moment to snap a shot of that beautiful rainbow. And Michelle Apon is standing by with a check of what is happening right now as we speak.
Well, those thunderstorms have died down, but we're still dealing with some scattered showers and some scattered snow showers across the Sierra. So I want to show you what it looks like on your radar right now. Here's what it looks like dry across much of the valley. Looking at parts of the foothills, you can see that we still have some light showers moving through Forest Hill, parts of Placerville, Pollock Pines, and still some heavy snow. It looks like from Truckee to Squaw Valley, South Lake Tahoe, Myers to Kirkwood. That is going to wrap up overnight. Now, I do want to talk about what it looks like temperature-wise out there. Temperatures have quickly cooled down from the mid-70s now to the mid to upper 50s, and it's going to continue to fall few more degrees. So when you wake up first thing tomorrow morning, starting off with some upper 40s to low 50s, so a cool start, maybe dress in a few layers. By lunchtime, we were going to continue to warm up into the mid 60s, but with that breeze from the northwest, it could feel a little bit cooler. By the early afternoon on your drive home, it could be kind of a nuisance to drive tomorrow evening because it will be on the breezy side and temperatures will be cooler for much of the day, and then we have a shower chance later this week, and then we have a big warm-up. So we're going to talk about all that, plus I have your weather force photos I do want to share with you. Emily, back to you.
Thanks, Michelle. And remember, you can always get up-to-the-minute updates on weather conditions straight from your pocket. Just download the ABC 10 app from your marketplace. New tonight, we're monitoring some breaking news from Citrus Heights. That's where police say a person was killed after being hit by a car. It happened about 30 minutes ago at the intersection of Old Auburn Road and Sunrise Boulevard. Reports say parts of Old Auburn Road are closed as the investigation continues. If we find out any more information before the end of this newscast, we will be sure to bring it to you. And all lanes of eastbound Highway 50 are back open after this deadly crash shut down 2 eastbound lanes. It happened just before 6 tonight. That's when police say 2 cars that were pulled over to the side of the road were rear-ended by another driver that was reportedly speeding. And that driver has been arrested under suspicion of driving under the influence. Officers say they are stretched so thin that it took them quite a while to get the scene cleared and back open to traffic.
Out here managing the scene is, as you can see, I've put you on hold a number of times because it's been quite busy. We just don't have the manpower.
The man who was killed is said to be in his 40s. There were 3 other people injured. Luckily, none of those are said to be major injuries. And today in Davis, a performance from Stevie Wonder with a very special meaning. It was at the memorial for a ski instructor who died after disappearing near Sugar Bowl Resort earlier this year. ABC 10's Bianca Grollo has more on the special relationship between the ski instructor's father and Stevie Wonder.
Music Music was a big part of Carson May's life. Today, loved ones used it as a way to honor and remember him.
We had a real music festival of our own that was very spontaneous and around the idea of celebrating this brilliant, creative young man that went way before his time.
May, a ski instructor, disappeared near the Sugar Bowl Resort in January. His body was found over a month later under 5 feet of snow. On the week May was supposed to turn 24, his dad had the love and support of some of his closest friends, including Stevie Wonder.
Here's a guy that's going to be in London in 2 weeks in front of 200,000 people, and he's at our ceremony in Davis, California, celebrating my son.
Mike May says he has been friends with the singer since the 80s. He used to take his son with him to Stevie Wonder's performances. In this time of need, it is people like him who keep him going.
The fact that you have the love and the family and the music and everything around you, it's a way to hold me together through this period that's just not going to dissipate.
He doesn't expect the pain of losing his son to ever go away, but he hopes to keep his memory alive, singing the tunes they used to enjoy together. In Davis, Bianca Grollo, ABC 10 News.
A great showing of support and a true showing of friendship there. Well, one of the candidates for Sacramento mayor is withdrawing from the race. In a Facebook post, Russell Rawlings said, in part, "Throughout the course of this campaign, I have learned a great deal and been able to champion the issues I didn't feel were being adequately addressed by our city. Homelessness, affordable housing, public transportation, and empowering our neighborhoods. Effective immediately, I am suspending my campaign for mayor, and I am throwing my full support behind Darrell Steinberg." He went on to say he was impressed by Steinberg and is asking supporters to help his campaign for mayor. Rawlings was an underdog in the race for Sacramento mayor. Now there are 3 candidates. You are looking at them. Former Senator Darrell Steinberg, current Sacramento Mayor Pro Tem Angelique Ashby, and former boxer Tony the Tiger Lopez. Residents, you can cast your votes during the California primary on June 7th. Other top stories we're following this evening. Stockton police have arrested a 16-year-old who was wanted for a homicide back in March. This is Jacob Mendez, who Stockton police say is the man who pulled the trigger in the shooting death of a 23-year-old man on March 29th. That shooting happened along North California Street. The man was found shot inside of a car. An anonymous tip led to Mendez's arrest. And Stockton police are also sifting through surveillance video showing vandals who tagged a home, causing thousands of dollars in damage. The target, a Stockton prom king candidate who woke up Saturday morning to what you're looking at there, an intimidating message spray painted on the garage door. But that didn't stop Brandon Orr from attending last night's prom. Some of his McNair High School classmates were standing up for him.
It is messed up. It's disrespectful because, I mean, like, that's his mom's house.
I believe whoever does this probably doesn't want Brandon to show up the prom.
5 other cars parked outside were also spray painted. The total damage here, $10,000. Anyone with information is asked to call Stockton police, but there is some good news here. Brandon was elected prom king last night. And across America now, in Ohio, new details about 8 family members shot dead execution style at 4 different homes. Investigators say 3 of the 4 homes had marijuana grows, but they aren't sure if they are linked to the murders. So far, no arrests have been made. Ohio's Attorney General is now saying the massacre was a pre-planned execution.
The people who did this did not want to be detected. This is not a spur-of-the-moment murder.
There's someone that's got a piece of this puzzle that we don't have. Somebody knows something.
Earlier today, family and friends paid tribute to loved ones lost in those slayings. There's now a $25,000 reward to capture a killer considered armed and dangerous. And in Your Voice, Your Vote, the next big showdown on the campaign trail is Tuesday. ABC's Mary Bruce has more on the last-minute push for 5 states in the Northeast.
Both Hillary Clinton,
Donald Trump actually says wages are too high in America,
and Donald Trump.
An election between crooked Hillary and wonderful Donald
sound ready to rumble one-on-one, but they have unfinished business. Bernie Sanders vows he won't leave the campaign trail to his Democratic rival.
We're not giving this thing up. We're going all the way to California.
And Ted Cruz taking on Trump and Clinton.
Do we really want to turn on the general election television and see 2 rich New York liberals?
Donald Trump with double-digit leads in 3 of the 5 states voting on Tuesday, taking aim at Cruz's hunt for convention delegates.
And he's whining and dining and dinners and hotels and all this stuff. He's bribing people, essentially, to vote.
And as for becoming more presidential,
wouldn't it be interesting if I changed and everyone said, this is the most presidential candidate since Abraham Lincoln, and then we started to lose.
Meanwhile, Clinton has begun to consider potential running mates. Among the names said to be on her short list, HUD Secretary Julian Castro, New Jersey Senator Cory Booker, Ohio Senator Sherrod Brown, as well as at least one woman. And Clinton got an odd nod from ultra-conservative Republican donor Charles Koch, who's disillusioned with the GOP field.
So is it possible another Clinton could be better than another Republican
next
time around?
It's possible.
Both Clinton and Trump are expected to win big on Tuesday. Mary Bruce, ABC News, Washington.
In Minneapolis, rain pouring and the bells at City Hall playing Prince's songs in honor of the superstar. 3 days after his death, fans still gather to remember the pop icon. Just how Prince died is still a mystery, and there's still questions as to who will inherit his $300 million fortune. Well, today at Sugar Bowl, it was one last run for skiers and snowboarders. Lots of people hitting those slopes. It's almost May, but there's still some Tahoe lifts that are up and running.
I don't think I'd be around if I didn't have her.
We first brought you this story at 6, a four-legged friend helping a veteran with PTSD, a special program that's training dogs to become companions for vets. Plus, the internet is abuzz over a leaked Sacramento Kings logo, a new paper trail showing the logo that got linked. But first, here's Mark Thompson with what we are working on for ABC 10 Mornings.
Here's what we're working on for Monday, guys. With the weather heating up, parents, you have to remember to take those kids out of the hot car. Plus, we'll have some tips on how waking up early can improve your health. Monday on ABC 10 Mornings.
Well, today is graduation day for a group of very special dogs. The highly trained canines will help veterans cope with PTSD. ABC 10's John Bartel attended today's ceremony and has a look at what these pups are trained to do.
Many of our veterans are coming back to civilian life with PTSD, and in many cases, it's an invisible wound that is difficult to treat. But some vets are finding dogs are all the help that they need. At first glance, Roanna looks like a normal dog. She drinks like a normal dog. She even fetches like a normal dog. But Roanne is not a normal dog.
I don't think I'd be around if I didn't have her.
This is Richard Smits. He's a former Marine.
The unit that I'm talking about is 27 Fox Company.
Smits did 2 tours in Afghanistan. When he got back, he started noticing something different.
Not going to stores, wouldn't go into anywhere with a large crowd.
Doctors told Smith he was suffering from PTSD, and a lot of other guys in his company also had PTSD.
14 suicides in our unit, and I mean, that's a lot for a unit to go through.
Smits needed some help, and for a long time, nothing seemed to stop his anxiety and depression.
Closer, closer.
This is where Roanne comes in.
Kind of had like an instant chemistry.
Just before Smit hit rock bottom with his PTSD, he joined a group called 4 Paws to Freedom, and that's where he met Roanne. That's also where he started noticing changes.
Service dog kind of brought me back to life.
For the past 8 weeks, Roanne and Smith have been training with 6 other veterans living with PTSD.
Jump.
And today is a special day. Roanne is graduating from the 4 Paws to Freedom training program. These 6 canines are now licensed service dogs, specifically trained to recognize and de-stress veterans who suffer from PTSD. Roanne and the 5 other dogs are no longer normal dogs. In Roseville, John Bartel, ABC 10 News.
Congratulations to all of them. Nothing like a dog in a graduation cap. Well, a lot of people hitting the slopes one more time at Sugar Bowl, from first-timers who braved the slopes even after a few falls, that can be tough every now and again, to those who have been going for more than 20 years. It's a place where tacos, music, and beer are all part of the closing day celebration. It's not just skiers and snowboarders that are going their separate ways.
It's the end of the season, so these are all our people. This is our family. So we all go in different directions in the summer. So here we are.
Splitting up, it's always hard to do, and Heavenly also closed today, but there's still a few Tahoe area resorts open through next month. Alpine and Squaw Valley will be open until May 30th. That's another whole month ahead of us. And it's been such an interesting weather day that Michelle has so many photos she can't choose which ones to use.
I got 50 photos.
That's great. We love that they're sending them in.
I'm only going to show about like 5 or 6. I'll go through them really quickly. So here we have some hail shots in Loomis. They were about ½ an inch for the thunderstorm that rolled through. Here's another shot sent to us by Tina Sharp. I want to show you some lightning shots we also got. This is from Cool, California. Look at this one in Jackson. You can see those veins from the sky. Looking at a double rainbow in Lincoln Hills. I also have a very cool sunset shot. And if you have any photos you want to share with us, email us at weatherforce@abc10.com or use the hashtag you see on screen, WXForce10 on Twitter or on Instagram. Again, loved all the photos you guys had today. Wish I could have shared all of them. So I do want to talk about what to expect overnight. Clearing conditions, except by tomorrow morning. If you are, say, across the Sierra, some scattered snow showers, and that will be the trend for much of the afternoon. Snow level will be at 4,500 feet for much of the day. By tomorrow across the valley, plan on mostly clear skies, maybe a little bit of patchy fog, and it will be on the cool side. So you will need to dress in layers because a cooler air mass will continue to sink in. Lunchtime, clear skies, but looking at a few scattered snow showers and some rain showers across parts of Arnold and Sonora, so that part of the foothills. And then into the early afternoon on your drive home, clear skies, and we have some breezy conditions in store with those winds from the northwest between 10 to 20 miles per hour. Higher gusts may be possible, so it could be a nuisance when you are driving home tomorrow afternoon. Now looking at Wednesday of next week. So we do have another round of showers that will continue to push through the area. If it holds together, we could see some showers Wednesday, and then it wraps up on Friday. Then we're in store for a big warming trend for the weekend. And we're talking about some upper 80s, maybe even near 90-degree temperatures. I'll show you that coming up with your 10-day planner. Temperatures right now into the mid-50s. Across Sacramento, 58 degrees, Stockton 54, Modesto 58, looking at some mid-40s across Placerville, cooler over there. Auburn 52 degrees, and at that freezing mark in Truckee, South Lake Tahoe 34 degrees. As we make plans for tomorrow, plan on temperatures start off into the upper 30s, lower 40s across the foothills. By the early afternoon, upper 50s to low to mid 60s. We're also looking at some upper 30s across South Lake Tahoe, Truckee 44 degrees. Again, that snow level with some scattered showers and snow showers will be possible. That level will be at 4,500 feet. Dry on Tuesday. Another chance for some rain and thunderstorms and some snow by the middle parts of this week for the Tahoe Sierra area. Looking at some upper 60s to lower 70s across the bay, and it will be windy there if you are headed that direction. Looking at some lower 70s and some breezy conditions during the afternoon. Across Sacramento, upper 60s to lower 70s, and we're talking about a big warm up after our rain chance for the middle parts of this week. Thursday, quickly heating up into the upper 70s to right around 80 degrees. We're talking about some mid to upper 80s this weekend, dry with a lot of sunshine. Allergy sufferers, it's going to be back in store for you. Unfortunately, I'm sorry.
Don't tell me that. That's not great.
Sorry,
I'm looking forward to the warmer weather, though.
It's going to be nice.
Great. Thanks, Michelle. And Pierre is here. So a little bit of bad news for the Warriors.
Steph Curry injured again in today's game. We'll dive into that coming up. Plus, the LA Lakers have fired head coach Byron Scott. Would he be the right fit as the head coach in Sacramento? We'll discuss that on Toyota Sports Extra next. During the past week, Steph Curry's right ankle was arguably the most talked about ankle in America. The reigning league MVP missed the last 2 games against the Rockets, nursing his injured ankle. But in today's Game 4, Curry made his way back to the court, then quickly left again. Here you see Steph right before tip-off, showing that the ankle is feeling just fine. Seconds to play in the first half, disaster strikes. Watch Curry as he defends Trevor Ariza, slips, and the right knee gives way. Curry would limp to the locker room at halftime. He tried to give it a go during the halftime warm-up, but he clearly wasn't feeling comfortable, and Curry did not return to this game. His status for Game 5 is in jeopardy. Curry is scheduled to undergo an MRI on his right knee tomorrow. Steve Kerr now on his injured All-Star.
You know, I just feel awful for him. Now, hopefully he's going to be okay before too long. We don't know, but I just feel so bad for him. I mean, he's been healthy all year long, and you know, all of a sudden the playoffs start and a couple of fluke things, and feel bad for Steph, but we got to move on.
Game 5 is scheduled for Wednesday night. Meanwhile, on the diamond, the Giants have an opportunity to sweep a series for the first time this season. With a win today over Miami, San Francisco has a chance to even its record at 10-10, tied at 1 in the fourth, until Giancarlo Stanton just tattoos one to left field. That one's gone. Marlins take the lead. We'll see if the Giants are able to bounce back coming up on Toyota Sports Extra. Over in Toronto, rubber match between the A's and Blue Jays. Oakland had a tough time keeping the Jays off the board yesterday, and that theme continued this afternoon. Oakland tried to put a rally together late, just wasn't doing it. A's would fall in this one by the final of 6-3. Down in AAA, the Sacramento River Cats are starting to find their groove. They've won 3 in a row, and thanks to a career day from Mac Williamson, the Cats won their 4th in a row this afternoon. Williamson tallied 7 RBIs in the contest as the River Cats get the win 10-5. And finally, coming up tonight on Toyota Sports Extra, we'll have more on what's ahead for the Warriors after the injury to Steph Curry, and we'll have a look at what's ahead for the San Jose Sharks in round 2 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Also, breaking news in the world of mixed martial arts. It concerns Conor McGregor and UFC 200. We will have all of those details coming up on Toyota Sports Extra. Big story concerning Conor McGregor, Emily.
I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, you're going to need to hear it.
I think you guys need a jingle. That's what I've decided. You guys should work on that.
I'm going to put you in charge of coming up with that.
Oh, I don't know about that one, but yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Thanks, Pierre.
I agree.
And speaking of sports, the source of the leaked Sacramento Kings logo revealed just how it got out. A look at what's trending now. We first brought you this amazing sight yesterday, a plane run entirely off of solar energy wrapping up a flight from Hawaii to California. That happened Saturday evening. It was cruising right through the Bay Area, and you can see what a beautiful shot over the Golden Gate Bridge. It touched down in Mountain View very late last night to a hero's welcome.
Arriving to the Golden Gate and thinking, now it's a new era. Freedom is not about getting to a country. Freedom is about being independent from fossil energy.
The plane left the United Arab Emirates last year. Now it's halfway through its around-the-world journey. The next stop, Phoenix, then it's on to New York. And in other news, the Sacramento Kings unofficial logo creating a lot of buzz online. I'm sure you guys have seen it. Even if the team's a little hush-hush about it, the trademark for the Kings' main logo was filed Friday with the European Union Intellectual Property Office. What a name there. The new logo, featuring a crown atop a basketball, may look familiar to some fans. It's similar to the one they sported when they moved from Kansas City to Sacramento more than 3 decades ago. And the team neither denied nor confirmed they are looking into a new logo. But we did get a lot of confirmed and denies about what you guys think about it. It's getting some mixed reviews from viewers. Isaac writes, doesn't look that good. They should just keep the logo how it is. That's tough. Chris says, keep the current one. Andrew adds, looks better than the one they have now. Isaac says it reminds him of the old times. You can always share your thoughts with us on our ABC 10 Facebook and Twitter pages using the hashtag #Tell10.
They're kind of cool.
What do you think?
Well,
they'll be in color, right?
I like the Lions ones better. They will be in color, yes. When the official unveiling comes up, yes, it will be in color.
Do you think they'll, bring down a curtain or something?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I can't wait for that. A little drum roll. And before then, it's the Toyota Sports Extra. Pierre and Brian are up next. Thanks for joining us tonight for ABC 10 News at 11.